So, Elliot, you had a question for me. Go ahead.
Okay. So I love a lot of what you say, and I want to follow everything you say.
Get
One
some
of the hardest
headsets
things.
for him. Oh, you have.
What
Oh,
was
okay.
that?
No, I was talking about the engineer. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing. I have learned not to hate. Okay, you've helped me understand that hating is an emotion, whether it's from the devil or whether you think it's a feminine emotion or whatever it is. I'm on board with that. Now, there's another level though that I have a hard time accepting is in its love, because I'm a person who really loves. I love the smallest thing, like, the chipmunk that comes and eats off my balcony, or I love my family. I love people who are working hard. I love homeless people. I love everybody. But
You love the illegal aliens?
look, I love them. Yeah, of course, I love them I love them too.
No, I'm just messing with you.
Now, if there's in that 1%, you mentioned it, illegal aliens that are part of the MS.
No, I'm just
gang.
messing with you. Go ahead with your question.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So it's hard to. I'm gonna get to it quick. So it's hard. There's a level where you say love. You love all people, and man, I keep trying to say, damn, I want to agree with Jesse. I want to agree with Jesse so bad on this, and I'm like, man, because I agree with you so much, man. I honestly think you're an angel. I've called a bunch of times before, and I'm like, and I've been through a lot, and I haven't been through much. I've had a pretty good life, but recently I had partners who stole a lot of money while I was very nice to them, and
Nice, beta.
Well, wait a minute. But nice, not like that. I'm saying, like, I gave them money they deserved, for working hard, and I gave them even more than they deserved.
So what's your question? What's your question for me?
Okay, how do you love someone who's consistently trying to hurt you, even though you are trying to not hate them? You're trying to eliminate them. You have to fight them. How do you fight them while loving them?
By not hating them. What happens is...
Hey, I don't hate them. I don't hate them, Jesse. I don't hate them. But do I love them?
Yeah, when you don't have anger, there's no other choice but to have love.
But it's very, from hate to love. It's a huge step. Look,
no, it's
I can be neutral. I can understand that. Whatever. I can understand that it's not their fault. I'm with you on that. Okay, it's not their fault. Whether it's a mama or a papa or your enemy or a terrorist.
So let me answer.
Whatever it is.
Elliot, hold on. Let me answer the question. When God take away the spirit of anger from you, then there's nothing left within you but perfect love. So it's not something...
I have perfect love.
But
when someone is from the devil, how do you have perfect love from something that's from the devil that you say?
By not being angry at it. Resenting
but by not being angry at it makes me neutral.
What?
By not being angry at it makes me neutral. I don't love it the way I love the poor little chipmunk or my son.
Well, what it is, Ellie, you don't really have love yet, because if you had it, this wouldn't be a question. Because once that spirit, that identity, that personality has been taken away from you, then there's nothing left but the spirit of perfect love, and you operate in all things with that. Just like when you're angry, you operate in all things with anger. But once
I agree with you, Jesse. I agree with you. I just want you to just hear just one point, and I want you to explain it better. I'm not saying I disagree with you. I just want you to explain it a little more clearly, because there's a lot of people out there who have people around their lives, or they see things that are happening, and they have the spirit of love where they want to follow the law of Jesus, or they want to follow the spirit of Jesus. They want to do everything right. They have love, okay? They would forgive everyone. They would do everything that Jesus asked them to do. But within Jesus, even Jesus saw things that people that were evil. And yes, love, maybe your definition of love is maybe different.
What's your definition of love?
Look, no one can define love because it's a feeling.
Love is not a feeling.
Okay, so if love is respecting everybody, yes, I respect everybody.
Love is not a feeling.
Is it respect then? If it's not a feeling,
love is not
how do we
hating.
define it?
It's not hating.
It's not what?
Hating. When you don't have anger, you have love.
Okay, fine. But that's fine. You're defining it that way. Then you got to make it clearer to everybody else that love is not hating. Love is not. Look, I will do. Love is such a strong emotion
No, it's
that
not.
you can't go
That's
from not
hate.
hating to loving.
No, the love that you feel is hate. That is not love.
Okay,
You don't.
wait.
Real
So why
love
don't you
is.
just say so? Fine. Then I love everybody.
I got to run, Elliot. Real love. I had to let him go. Real love is not a feeling. It's a light unto your feet. It's logic. It's simple. And the only way you're going to get that is you got to overcome anger. And the only way you're going to overcome that is admit that it's wrong to have anger. Because anger is resentment, is judgment, is making a decision about yourself and others. People with perfect love don't make decisions. They just live. It's amazing. Mark is a first-time call out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Mark, thanks you for calling.
Jesse.
How you
Jesse
doing?
Lee Peterson.
How you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm good. I'm amazing. One of your callers earlier in the show, he sounded, he was all angry, and it made me think that you don't have to like someone to love them, because if you have no anger and you have perfect peace with God, then you can look past their fallen state and see their soul, right? So you don't have to like someone to love them.
You don't have to like someone to love them. Is there such a thing as like? How do you know when you like someone or don't like someone?
Well, like, a song, a song's catchy. It's like, I like that song, but that's just a song. That's not someone's actual being, their soul. That's some material representation. Where
does like live? Because I'm seeing that there's only love or hate. Where is like? Where does that come from?
It's in the mind, and the mind, you can't be friends with your mind, because you can't trust your mind, because your mind gives you thoughts you don't want all the time. That happens to a lot of people. And so when you say my mind gives me thoughts that I don't want, so it's my mind. So that means you are your soul looking on your mind.
So if like is a mind thing, maybe there's no such thing as like.
I agree. Now, that was a silly point. The next thing, the more important thing I wanted to get to.
That's a very interesting word that I need to think about. John, is there such a thing as like?
I think so.
Where is it? Where does like live?
Where does like live?
Yes. I can't hear you.
It's a good question. I'm not really sure.
I never thought about it. And I've heard this all my life. I don't like you, but I love you. And I've just taken for granted that there is such a thing as like. But I don't know where like live.
I'm not sure how to answer that.
Have you ever thought about that?
No.
Have you ever thought that you like people, but certain people, but you don't love them?
Sure.
And what was causing you to like them? How were you liking them?
Certain characteristics that I admired about them.
And where did you get the like from? Did it come from your head, your heart, your feet?
From my head.
Oh.
I guess.
Amazing. What does like feel like?
It's like a positive attraction to certain things about people.
So like is positive?
Sure.
Amazing. Joel, you like people, but you don't love them?
Yeah.
Well, where you get the like from?
I don't know. I just think of like as like, they're cool. Like there's like a slight admiration for the person, but you don't necessarily love them. But then again,
so if you like someone, you don't love them. See, to me, if you don't like him, you hate him.
Right.
I mean, if you don't love him, you hate him. I don't know where light live.
It makes sense what you're saying.
I
think
just
it's
thought about that now when
word.
Mark said this.
Right.
You can like them, but you don't have to love them.
I mean, I guess necessarily you do love them. There is no like.
No, Jesse, you heard me wrong. You have to love everybody because if you love God, you love everybody. But you don't have to like everybody to love them.
You don't have to like everybody to love them. You don't have to like everybody to love them. I don't like you, but I love you. I don't know if like is real. I'm thinking like is made up.
Yeah, it's in the mind. It's and you are not your mind. Your mind is something you temporarily own.
Come here, James, for a minute. So, are there people you like but don't love, Mark?
No, because I love everybody.
But how about like? Do you like anyone?
Yeah, I guess you're making me think that like is strictly a material construct, and it's not on the spiritual platform. So there's the material platform and the spiritual platform, so yeah.
James, are there people
I'd really like to get to my next point. It's an interesting point about abortion.
Okay, I will. Hold on 1 minute. James, are there people you don't like but you love?
No.
Do you like anyone?
Yeah.
And how are you liking them? What are you liking them with?
With positive feelings.
And what does a positive feeling feel like?
It feels great. Or at least good. Feels nice.
What will you say, Joe?
No, not this is not. That wasn't for James.
Oh, he said a horrible thing about you. IDK.
I don't know. I don't know. IDK. It's horrible.
That's horrible. I don't know what it means. John, Mark, I'm going to let you do the abortion thing when I come back. Will you hold for a minute?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hold on, buddy. This light thing is very interesting. I need to know where does like live.
All right.
Is like in the Bible?
Yeah.
Like is in the Bible?
Mm-hmm.
It said, I don't love you, but I like you?
No, it's called finding favor with people.
It said like?
Instead of like.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like Joseph found favor with the people in like Egypt, and he became the leader.
IDK. Back in a moment.